Alright. Let's see if it's working this time. Alright, so this is Susan Sheppard's Augmented Reality. I'm here in Palm Bay, attempting to go live here on YouTube. Dealing with In Your Mind technology, remote viewing, since the 70s. The fact that I can hear my brother's voice since my mother died. The fact that they can replay her voice. The idea that Social Security Administration's downtown Salt Lake City. The fact that in 48 years now, I just had my birthday, have been fighting for my own rights. Medical establishments have utilized my genetics. I would like to talk to those who understand being worn, part of IT technology. I'm looking forward to people who did the 60-minute segment, who've done investigations of the Latter-day Saint Church. The $100 billion the IRS found. The 100,000 cases and more than that from the Boy Scouts, who are dealing with the bishops and the cases of rape. The fact that young women that are Latter-day Saints have not been able to come forward because they use In Your Mind technology to threaten you. To know that my mother, Ina Charlene Brunson, I won't finish saying, okay. My mother passed away. She's dead, but they're keeping her alive. The fact that I have to deal with a court case being threatened with my life, as it has been since the 70s. I would like to once again show my tongue, how it's been cut down the middle and on both sides into a snake form. And they held me hostage. They called me a snake for telling the truth. If we don't deal with them masquerading as a religious organization, if you're going to continue your background of being mobsters, threatening my life 24/7. To know that you continue to threaten to kill me and my children is sick and twisted. And the United States government must do something, especially the Federal Trade Commission, to continue investigating money of mine. To get a letter, October 2021, stating that you're investigating Transforming Creative Commerce. The company, I never got paid for my franchise. I never got my digital currencies yet. I don't know where they're at. My stocks are not proper, the amount that I got. You continue to do whatever you guys want, but knowing that I got kicked out as a beneficiary from my own property. A restitution order, 3-day order, to have 2 sheriffs come and evict me from a property that was my legal residence at the time, even if I didn't have an ID with that. It was one of my properties. It was still something that you have to go through court, probate. Same thing as the car. I'm dealing with a misdemeanor on the 9th. To know that I had to drive that car. I can't prove it's mine. I still can't prove it's mine. I got a terrible message from my brother, which I continue to be told that I can't speak. That there's this gag order making it where I'm supposedly not allowed to speak. But he's allowed to speak in my mind technology, tell me how he hates my guts, he wants me dead, he's wanted me dead my whole life. I know it's him. I hear his voice. I know it's you. I know it's you. How sick to know that I watched my mother be harassed by this technology. She got so upset, but she wasn't allowed to talk about it as a Temple Mormon. To know they've had this spy network my whole life since the 70s. But to imagine that if the Federal Trade Commission, the FBI, and the government doesn't expose people who, through your mind, give out passwords, my debit card, my credit card, steals my property, steals my assets, steals my money, and expects me to continue doing it without proper attorneys and representation in America. This is a crime. This makes them human traffickers. My story proves that they are human traffickers, in fact. And that's where I need to go live about it. All the way back from when Human Services in Utah kept the difference in my child support. Is that okay with no representation? I never signed the documentation. I never signed anything giving them permission to keep the difference in child support with no representation, with no help. Told me that I had to move back to where the divorce was done in the county, that they would in fact not help me and they would allow Jason Scott. Oh, I can't. Okay. All right. My ex-husband wanted $30 in child support. Took him 7 years. So currently this judicial system feels pretty rigged to someone like me. To know that he did get it, in fact, for less than $30 after 7 years. Who would have imagined that been possible? This is Susan Sheppard. This is Susan Sheppard's augmented reality. It's my movie money, and I demand that I have it. It's my inheritance. I want my assets, I want my money, I want my properties, and I want what's mine. And I want a proper attorney and representation before May 9th at 9 a.m. It's not right what you've done to me and to threaten me. To make my children and anyone who represents, well, you have posted. I have documentation now saying that they think what they think. I demand an attorney. I must prove my case. I must prove these criminals masquerading around like a religious organization when you guys are completely mobsters. Yeah, I did put oil over my face and sunscreen. You only get burned once, and then you never forget.